We welcome you back to Studio B. We moved over to the Cougar Council room to welcome in former BYU and NFL linebacker and one of our close compadres, David Nixon, is back on BYU Sports Nation. D-Nix, welcome back to the show.
Hey, I love seeing you guys. You know it's football season when I see you now more than like once every few months.
Week.
Yes, multiple times a week.
Yes,
I like this. It feels good. I feel at home.
I know. There's the part of the year where we forget the football isn't there, and then when it comes back, I'm like, oh, I'm way happier. When football season
brings more joy into my life.
It's a celestial part of the year. It really is. Okay, BYU had a nice performance on Saturday. What did you love about that win?
I honestly, if you look at offensively, I love the way that they were able to move the ball. Frankly, I love that they put up points. So you go back to Sam Houston State last year, and they only put up 14 points. And the fact that BYU took care of business in that regard, yards-wise, over 500, 527. And so they moved the ball well. For me, that's what you want to see in those type of games. Is you don't want to see them sputter out and struggle to have 3 and outs. They didn't have 1 3 and out the entire game, by the way, which is a huge plus. And so they were able to sustain drives, move the ball, and get in some type of continuity. That's what I love from the offense. Defensively, I love the way they perform. I love the way they stuffed the run. Yes, the quarterback had over 100 yards rushing, which is a big no-no. But also it's tough to go scout an FCS team knowing the quarterback was a transfer in and kind of have a game plan to spy him and be ready for that type of run.
They couldn't watch Murray State film from last year?
It's just you can, but I don't think it's not something you're spending a lot of your time on, right? You're just kind of getting ready for the offense as a whole. And so I don't think they had a specific game plan to stop the quarterback.
They better this week.
Well, they better this week as well as moving forward. Teams are not going to see that, okay, the rush lanes are open for BYU's defense to try to take advantage of the quarterback run. So they're going to have to be ready for it. But I think this last week they stuffed the run. Besides the quarterback run, they held them to like 5 yards rushing total.
Yes, but that quarterback had 100. I can't say besides on that one.
I agree. It's not something that I'm thrilled about.
Right.
But also he was a fantastic athlete. I mean, they're going to get yards. But I'm glad that the running backs, when it was a design running play, BYU was in their gaps, they stuffed the run, and they did what they're supposed to do.
So you can add to that, you're saying, okay, now you add the quarterback spy.
That's right. And now, exactly. Now you scheme it up, and you understand the DNs have to stay outside. You got to contain them. And then, of course, you got to funnel back into your backers in the middle. And then when you drop, maybe now you don't go 8 yards, you only go 6. Or you don't go 15, you go 12.
This is a taste of AFR tonight, by the way.
There you go.
The schematic breakdown.
We will talk about all this on AFR and what they do moving forward because you have to be ready for it. Like I said, teams will scheme you up knowing that you're susceptible to the quarterback run. And so you got to be aware of it. And Jay Hill and defensive staff will be ready to when they do face a running quarterback, to be able to contain them.
It's Kevin Jennings, he's 6 foot 189, as I mentioned. This dude is fleet of foot. He can dance. But to your point, the offense was really good. We've been excited about. Despite the fact that it was the same number of points against an FCS team as last year, it was very different in how BYU moved the ball. I like the 3-and-out stat. The explosiveness was good in the pass game especially. Run game, still want a little more there.
Yeah, 8 explosive plays, which means 15-plus yards or more, and that's what BYU had in that game.
2 50s.
Yep, exactly, 4 in each quarter. I do love the fact that, and this was something everyone kind of worried about, was Jake Ratzlaff going to be on the same page with the receivers? And it felt like he was. There were a couple of plays where I think he wished he could have taken back a throw. He kind of was rolling out to his right, and he threw back across and kind of short-hopped it.
Ethan Erickson in the end zone.
A couple overthrows, but all in all, it felt like he was on target. And it felt like the receivers were in the right spots. They're in the right windows. They're sitting down in zones. They're supposed to sit in zones. And then, of course, Chase Roberts, after he catches those balls, the way he's able to maneuver his body and give a little shimmy inside and cut back outside. I mean, that kid's going to be special this year. And we talked about in the pregame show and the postgame show, you got to have a dog. You got to have a guy that is your go-to guy. I mean, Puka Nacua was that a couple of years ago, right? Now, who's that guy going to be? I think it's Chase, but it also might be by committee. I mean, you get back Lassiter, which I think was, it was tough having him gone. He's a big, deep threat, speedy guy outside that can go track the ball and high point it. So I think having all that back, having him back and bringing all that back from this first game, there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of confidence you can take away from that game to ride on. And listen, you don't take those games for granted in the sense that there's teams that struggle against FCS and you start to put doubt in your mind, and there's teams that lose to them. I mean, look at Colorado almost lost to North Dakota State.
Texas Tech had to go to OT.
Exactly. Yeah, there's teams that are struggling out there, and BYU took care of business. And so I think if you're a BYU fan today, as you wake up, knowing that you got SMU this week, you're feeling pretty confident rolling into SMU because you took care of business.
BYU is a 10.5-point underdog, and we know that Las Vegas is a business and they want to create context, and it's not a personal thing. It's not like they have a dog in the fight, but I sit here and think, wow, Is that really how BYU is perceived by the experts who don't really care about feelings? They're a 10.5-point underdog. Has SMU earned the right to be that? How do you view that line? Because to me, it feels too high.
Yeah, I mean, I might be eating my words come next week at this time, but I don't think SMU is as strong as they thought going into the season. I mean, you look at that Nevada game, they had to come 3 minutes left, they had to go down and have a winning score drive. And so they struggled a little bit on that last drive against Nevada. Obviously, they took care of business this past week, but I think this is a much tighter game than what Vegas is put the line out there for. And I think BYU has a really strong chance with what they're able to carry into this game, the confidence they have of going in there and pulling an upset. I mean, I've said this all along the offseason. For me, it's tough because experience is a big thing in college football. And when you look at BYU's too deep and the amount of kids that played last year and have played in years prior, once again, starters, Micah Harper and others that went out of injuries because of injuries but are back, and then the kids that had to replace them while they were out with injuries got significant playing time. So when you couple all that together, that experience is huge. And these aren't little freshmen out there running around. BYU's they've got a lot of experience on their end. So for me, that's what going on the road tends to shake people a little bit, especially newcomers. No one would expect, eyes wide open, right? Deer in headlights type syndrome. BYU, I don't think, has that in this case. I think they realize they got to go there and take care of business. With that being said, I've been on the record for the last 4 weeks on AFR saying this, for me, is the biggest game of the year for BYU. Not because it's the second game, but I circled this one because I think that this one is your swing game. If BYU wins this one, they have a lot of momentum going into the rest of the season. I think they go up to Wyoming, take care of business, and then they start conference play. If they lose this one, then that doubt starts to creep back in their mind, and people start doubt and say, maybe we are a 4.5 loss team, right? That's what Vegas put us as far as win totals. Maybe we're only a 3-win type team. So this for me is a huge game for BYU to go in there and once again with FPI staying 21% win percentage. In theory, you're still in this game if you win this one. And I think that's exactly what BYU has to have, that mentality to go in there and quote unquote steal this game.
When you're going for 6+ wins, we think 7. There's a couple games that really swing the season, whether it's going to be 5 or 6 wins, or are you pushing 7 or 8? Obviously, you need to win this one to feel like we're going to get to 7 or 8 wins with BYU this year. I do want to ask you about some of the guys in the NFL. The topic du jour is Jaren Hall going to the Seahawks, which I'm excited about. QB3 at this point, but someone who wants him. Vikings draft him. They cut him for Brett Rippon. What do you think of the fit with the Seahawks and Jaren in the NFL?
Listen, at this point in your career, especially as early on, all about it is finding a team. And if it's practice squad, obviously you want to be on the roster. But if you can just be on a team, and the hope, they always said that you just want to get recycled. It's all about getting on a team and staying and getting recycled. Because once you have, a season or two underneath your belt, teams do tend to recycle you and pick you up and bring you on the practice squad and up on the roster, and you just stay in the game. But if you get washed out in that first year and even into that second year, it's a problem. It's really tough to make it back in. So the fact that he's got picked up already is a big sign. And I think, listen, teams will love his leadership. They'll love his skills and what he brings to the team. And I think that will grow on these teams, and eventually he'll make his way up that depth chart. And as we know, the NFL game is a brutal game. Quarterbacks, I mean, he got knocked out last year, right? I mean, it's tough to stay healthy throughout the entire season. Look at Aaron Rodgers, right? I mean, it's a brutal game. So he'll be ready, and I'm excited. I think it's a great opportunity for him. But more important, just finding a team and being on a team. That's, you just want to stay in the game, basically, at this point.
He's one of 3 former BYU Cougars now on current practice squads, joining Keaton Slovis and Max Tooley, who are both with the Houston Texans. Hey, you know a thing or two about being on the practice squad with the Houston Texans, right? Get on that roster. What's life like on the practice squad as one of those guys?
Yeah, well, it's not as bad as you think it is, first of all.
And they've expanded the numbers.
They expanded it, yeah. And when I played, there was, I think, 8 of us. Now I think it's
16. Unless you have an international player. Then
and a lot of that was because of COVID. They needed a bigger practice squad because guys were going out with COVID. And I think they realized this actually works pretty well. You get good scout teams, if you will, right? And so they kept it at 16. But it's not terrible in the sense that you only practice 3 days a week. And then it depends on what team you are. When I was on the practice squad with the Raiders, we travel with the team, which kind of is a bummer. I mean, it's fun, but you're not getting paid to travel. And so it's kind of I'd rather just hang out at home. But you travel, sometimes you travel. Otherwise, you kind of have the weekend off. But you don't get paid as much. And listen, at the end of the day, you're all competitors. You want to play. Yeah. You want to be on the field, right? But it's a great way to kind of earn your stripes and work your way up. And they, listen, I'd say probably 90% of the time when an injury goes down, they elevate a practice squad guy. They don't bring in somebody new. They take somebody from their practice squad, especially now because practice squad, you can have veterans on there. Back in my day, you didn't qualify for practice squad if you had like 3 or 4 years plus. You couldn't be on the practice squad, but now almost anybody can. And so it's kind of like a farm league that you can kind of grow people into it. But yeah, those guys, it's just, once again, it's just finding a spot. And yeah, it's unfortunate. You want to be on the 53-man roster, but knowing that, once again, it's a brutal game. If you're Max Tooley, linebackers go down all the time. People would tweak hamstrings. They're out for 2 weeks. They got to bring somebody up, right? And now that means they got to cut somebody else and take them back down the practice squad. It's just a numbers game that just every week, week in and week out, you're never sure what's going to happen. But that's why you got to be ready. You got to be prepared. And the coaching staffs typically do a good job in making sure you're ready because they know that literally any given week you could be up on the roster and all of a sudden you're thrusted into starting. I mean, just like that. So you got to be ready. You got to be prepared. It's your job. That's when you get to this level. It's your job. You better be ready.
Great stuff from David Nixon, BYU SMU, the most critical game on the schedule remaining.
Can't wait for it. If you like that analysis, just wait for a full hour with Blaine Fowler and Dave, if they let them talk, coming up at 7 Eastern on the BYUtv app on After Further Review tonight.